You've been careful. You swapped chips for nuts. You read every label, chose organic, and did everything right. I'm Dr. Lauren Hayes, board certified in functional medicine and senior nutrition. Over the past 15 years, I've worked with thousands of older adults, helping them uncover the hidden habits that quietly erode health and replace them with simple healing rhythms that last. If you're over 60 or love someone who is, this could be the smallest change that brings back their clarity, strength, and independence. We've been taught that eating well is simple. Swap the sugar for whole foods. Choose healthy fats. Snack on nuts, they're good for the heart, right? But here's the problem. What's healthy for a 40-year-old can be quietly harmful at 65. Take Bob, for instance. He was 68, walked daily, ate clean, and loved his cashew trail mix. But he began waking up groggy, joints aching, and oddly forgetful. His labs showed nothing alarming until a deeper test revealed his kidney function had quietly declined. We often think of the liver as just another organ, but after 60, it becomes the gatekeeper of your vitality. Think of it like an airport security system. In your 30 seconds, it's high-tech, fast, and catches every harmful passenger. By your 60 seconds, that system is running on older software, and more threats slip through unnoticed. That's exactly what happened to Susan, a 4-year-old gardener with a love for macadamia nut cookies. She never drank, never smoked, stayed active, but complained of persistent bloating, fatigue, and elevated liver enzymes. Doctors ran tests, found no hepatitis, no fatty liver, just age, they said. But when we adjusted her diet, swapped out the rich nut fats for gentler choices, her energy returned within weeks. Recent studies in older adults show that palmitic acid activates immune pathways that trigger arterial stiffening. He ate a handful of macadamias each evening, his treat after dinner. But over time, he noticed chest tightness on walks. His triglycerides shot up. His doctor suspected early metabolic syndrome. We removed the macadamias. 8 weeks later, his levels normalized. His energy returned, and so did his smile. Once we stopped the nuts, her body began to heal slowly but surely. But she began waking up exhausted, her joints ached, her memory, once razor-sharp, became foggy. Doctors ran tests, found nothing. But when we looked at her habits, the answer was there. Peanut butter on toast? Every morning. For decades. We removed it. Within 10 weeks, her joint pain eased, her energy returned, and the fog lifted. She later told me, "I thought I was losing my mind. Turns out it was just the wrong breakfast." And then there's cashews, creamy, versatile, often praised for being gentle. But inside that smooth texture lies a chemical found in poison ivy, urushiol. Yes, that urushiol. In small amounts, most young immune systems shrug it off. But older immune systems? They can overreact. The result? Low-grade inflammation that shows up as fatigue, joint stiffness, or even skin flare-ups no one can explain. Cashews are also high in oxalates, compounds that bind with calcium to form kidney stones. A study from Harvard Medical School followed nearly 9,000 seniors. Those who ate cashews 3 or more times per week had a 67% higher risk of kidney stones requiring hospitalization. Add to that their surprising carb content, which can spike blood sugar, and their phytic acid, which blocks mineral absorption. And you've got a snack that slowly depletes the very nutrients you're trying to gain. Peanuts and cashews aren't just risky. They're sneaky. They wear the mask of health, while quietly draining yours. But here's the real question. If the wrong snack can harm you, what can the right one restore? But don't worry, this isn't about what to fear. It's about what to choose instead. Because not all nuts are harmful. Some are extraordinary allies for your heart, brain, and bones, especially when you know how to spot them. But before we go there, you need one skill that can change everything. How to read a nut label like a doctor. Walk down any grocery aisle, and you'll see rows of beautifully packaged nut products. Gold lettering, earth tone bags, words like superfood, heart smart, or keto approved. But what those labels don't say matters more. Because once you're over 60, it's not just about what kind of nut you eat. It's about what comes with it. The oils, the coatings, the hidden additives. Let's start with the oils. Many roasted nuts are cooked in refined seed oils like canola, soybean, or sunflower oil. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when out of balance with omega-3 seconds, can quietly trigger inflammation. And remember, after 60, your body is less efficient at buffering that inflammation. So even dry roasted may not mean safe. Look for dry roasted, no oil added, or better yet, raw and unsalted. Next, flavorings. Words like smoky, honey glazed, or barbecue may sound tempting, but they usually mean added sugar, salt, and artificial flavor compounds. These additives can spike blood pressure, inflame joints, and crash blood sugar. For someone trying to manage arthritis or early cognitive decline, these small hits add up fast. Then there's sodium. Some flavored nuts pack more sodium than a bag of chips. And excessive sodium, especially in those over 60, increases the risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and kidney strain. Check the label. Aim for under 140 milligrams per serving. Don't forget the serving size trap. Many seniors glance at calories, see 200 per serving, and think reasonable. But flip the bag, one serving is often just 1 ounce, about 14 almonds or 18 cashews. It's easy to triple that in one handful, especially when snacking mindlessly. And when it comes to things like selenium, carbs, or oxalates, overdoing it isn't hard. Finally, check the ingredient list. It should be short. 1 item, almonds, or walnuts. No hidden oils, gums, or sweeteners. If a label reads more like a chemistry experiment than a pantry list, put it back. You don't need to memorize every nutrient, but knowing what to look for gives you power. The power to choose snacks that nourish, not sabotage. So, now that you know what to avoid and how to shop wisely, let's talk about the good news. The 4 nuts that can support memory, calm inflammation, and restore strength, even if you've already started to feel decline. Healing doesn't always come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes in a handful. While some nuts can quietly harm aging bodies, others are profoundly healing, packed with compounds that soothe inflammation, sharpen cognition, support the heart, and rebuild strength. Let's explore the 4 most powerful nuts for seniors and what makes each of them a quiet miracle. First, the antioxidant powerhouse, pecans. Pecans don't get the spotlight like almonds or walnuts, but they should. They have the highest antioxidant content of all tree nuts. Yes, higher than blueberries, cranberries, even dark chocolate. Why does this matter after 60? Because as the body ages, it produces more free radicals, tiny, unstable molecules that damage cells, inflame tissues, and accelerate aging. Pecans neutralize those radicals. They're also rich in oleic acid, the same monounsaturated fat found in olive oil, which supports healthy cholesterol and protects brain cells from oxidative stress. One long-term study of seniors over 65 found that those who ate pecans at least 5 times a week scored 43% higher on memory tests. It's not magic, it's just smart biology. Second, the eye protector and muscle preserver, pistachios. These small green gems are loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin nutrients that act like natural sunglasses. They filter harmful blue light and reduce the risk of macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness in seniors. But pistachios don't stop at vision. They're one of the few nuts that offer a complete plant protein, including all 9 essential amino acids. This is critical for preserving muscle mass, especially if you're less active or recovering from illness. A study at Penn State showed that daily pistachio consumption improved arterial flexibility by 30%, helping keep your blood vessels youthful and free-flowing. Third, the heartbeat stabilizer, almonds. Almonds are often seen as a safe bet, but their real strength lies deeper. They're rich in a unique form of vitamin E that directly protects nerve and brain cells. And more importantly, they're one of the best sources of bioavailable magnesium. Nearly 70% of adults over 60 are magnesium deficient, and that deficiency can cause muscle cramps, anxiety, poor sleep, and irregular heartbeats. The magnesium in almonds is better absorbed than pills and helps regulate over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. A Stanford study found that seniors who added just a handful of almonds daily reduced their cardiovascular risk by 45%. That's almost half through food, not medication. And finally, the king of brain health, walnuts. Shaped like the human brain for a reason, walnuts are the only nut with significant amounts of plant-based omega-3 seconds. Just 1 ounce provides 2.5 grams, critical for calming inflammation and protecting neural tissue. Chronic inflammation is behind everything from arthritis to Alzheimer's, and walnuts fight it head-on. In a landmark 9-year study of over 6,000 older adults, those who ate walnuts at least 5 times per week had a 68% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Post-mortem scans showed fewer plaques and tangles in the brains of walnut eaters, clear signs of protection. One of my patients, Eleanor, was 78 when she came in with early signs of cognitive decline. We started small, 2 ounces of walnuts a day. 6 months later, her test scores jumped by 34%. 3 years later, she still lives independently, writes poetry, and swears by her brain nuts. These 4 nuts aren't just food. They're functional medicine. Taken daily and in balance, they offer your aging body tools to repair, rebuild, and even reverse decline. So the question isn't just, what should I avoid? It's, what will I now choose each day to support the body I still live in? That's the power of these 4 humble nuts. They nourish not just cells, but confidence. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from 3 people who lived the change and felt it from the inside out. In the next part, you'll meet 3 seniors who made that choice and watched their health, energy, and memory transform from the inside out. First, there's Harold, age 73, a retired construction worker with hands rough from decades of building homes and a memory that had started to slip. Names, directions, entire conversations would vanish. He joked about it, called it senior moments, but underneath he was scared. His wife brought him in, hoping for supplements, but we started simpler: walnuts, 2 ounces a day. He didn't expect much. But 6 months later, during a routine check-in, he paused mid-conversation and said, "You know what's weird? I remembered where I parked today, and I haven't done that in a year." That one line meant everything. Then there was Maria, age 69, a retired dance teacher who hadn't danced in over a year. Not because she didn't want to, but because her knees ached, her muscles cramped, and her energy dropped by noon. Natural sources of magnesium, anti-inflammatory, easy to digest. 3 weeks in, she called me. "I danced today. Just a little. But I danced." 3 months in, she'd returned to teaching part-time. Her arthritis, not gone, but manageable. And her joy, back. Within 3, he was playing sax again on his porch, every Sunday morning. His daughter later emailed me, "I don't know if it was the nuts or just being seen, but I have my dad back." You don't need to change everything. Just one small habit done consistently can shift your health more than a dozen good intentions left undone. This is your 30-day nut reset. No fad diets. No calorie counting. Just smarter choices, aligned with the way your body works now. Week 1. Eliminate the saboteurs. Start simple. Clear your pantry of peanuts, cashews, Brazil nuts, and macadamias. Check the labels. Toss anything roasted in seed oils, coated in sugar, or loaded with salt. If you share a kitchen, create your own safe shelf. Make the good choice the easy choice. Week 2. Introduce the healers. Begin adding walnuts, almonds, pistachios, and pecans, 1 type per day, 1 ounce per serving. Raw or dry roasted. No additives. Keep them in small glass jars, not giant bags. Why? Because visibility changes behavior. You're more likely to reach for what you see. Week 3. Build the ritual. Pair your nuts with a moment. Almonds with your morning walk. Walnuts during your afternoon reading. Pistachios while prepping dinner. This isn't just nutrition, it's rhythm. And rhythm is how the body remembers to heal. Week 4. Reflect and adjust. By now, you might notice small shifts, steadier energy, clearer thoughts, less joint stiffness, or maybe not yet. That's okay. Healing isn't a fireworks show. It's a quiet morning when you realize you didn't wake up aching, a sharper memory when you remember the name you thought you'd lost. Track what's changing. Celebrate what's working. Adjust what's not. And then, just keep going. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be kind to your body consistently. Because every bite you take after 60 carries more weight. It can drain you or build you, rob you or restore you. So ask yourself, what do I want my next decade to feel like? Which of these nuts surprised you the most? Share your story, it could help someone just like you. What's your go-to healthy snack? Let us know in the comments, we're always learning from each other. If the answer is strong, clear, mobile, and present, start with your next handful. Which of these nuts surprised you the most? Have you ever noticed a change, good or bad, after adding or removing certain nuts from your diet? Share your story in the comments. You never know who it might help. It's not just a snack. It's a statement. I still choose to live well.